You should watch First to Third because of your commitment to excellence,
Drunken debauchery.
athletic achievement,
PBR.
competition,
Women.
money.
Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. Come on. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat or the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him.
Kickballer, save $20 at customink.com. Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to First to Third. Tonight we have a special event. We've got the organizers of the upcoming Boston Kickball Open here to announce for the first time in podcast history pools and seeds for the upcoming Boston tournament this weekend. Welcome Phil and Jim, organizers of the tournament. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
What's going on?
Hi,
Friend of the
guys.
podcast,
Hey.
Monkey Butt Phil, back in the house. So guys, how's it going? How's
Good to have you guys back.
how's all the tournament prep coming together?
It's getting pretty busy. I mean, not that we haven't been busy for the past couple months, but it's really picking up the pace now, and should be a good event.
Yeah, there's always those last minute headaches to deal with.
Yep.
Well,
But,
we're
we
all
gotta-
super excited about the layout of the whole tournament, the location of the hotel, the fields look awesome, everything's really close together. So, I mean, it looks like it's going to be great. We're stoked.
Yeah, everything's within walking distance, which should be cool. We got some good events going on. We got a good turnout, both in terms of number of teams and the quality of teams. We got 5 winners of circuit events this year, which is pretty big. So
Yeah, that's exciting. So, I know, Adrock, you can't make it. Michaela, you going?
I'm going.
Excellent.
I'm so
Nice.
excited. I've been to Boston once, and I really wanted to do this tournament, and I wasn't sure it was going to happen, and then it is. So I'm excited. I'm ready to win.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I have your equipment.
What?
I have OSC's equipment.
What's that? The penguin?
Yes, that's right.
Is
So
the
you have
penguin
to
going to make them
Yes.
feel better when
you
they
didn't
lose?
tamper with it, did you?
I wish I could join this shit talk, but I can't. My
That's
players
all right.
will be there.
You can follow us on the internet.
Yeah, I heard.
Follow the live stream.
Some of your players will be to be determined.
Yeah, they're playing on that availables team that's supposed to not be very good.
Yeah, they updated their name. It's now, I think, Spoiler Alert.
Spoiler alert.
That's good.
Yeah.
So let's get to the pools and seedings. First of all, how'd you guys decide on the seeds? I know there was a captain's vote. What went into setting the seeds?
Yeah, so for the most part, that's pretty much what we use verbatim. We did make one, I don't know if it's a significant tweak, but it was a tweak based on that Florida Availables team. Because they were listed as TBD, a lot of people, I would say like 4 or 5 people seeded them last.
Right.
But with the talent that they have on that team, they're by no means a last seeded team. So we did move them up a little bit. But other than that, we pretty much went with what the captain said.
Outstanding. Well, let's hear it. Why don't we start with number 1?
Number 1 in Pool A, we have OSC. All right, number 2 seeds, New York Showerhammers,
I know those
represented
guys.
here.
All right.
Number 3 seed, we got this Situation, fresh off their own tournament victory.
Excellent.
Makes sense.
Number 4, we got Fully Loaded.
Haven't seen those guys in a while.
Yeah, have they entered a tournament since they won down in, what was it, Orlando?
I believe not.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. So then we're going to wrap back around in the same pool, the number 5 seed, we got Flying V.
Okay. Their
Yep.
last tournament was a win too, so we already have 3 teams who won the last tournament they played in.
It's a pretty loaded tournament here.
Yep.
We got number 6, Shockwave,
Whew.
who's really been on the uptick lately.
Yeah, those guys are
Yep.
brutal.
Hey, admin.
Hey, guys.
Hey, it's Admin.
Sorry for the
Like your
delay.
shirt color.
Admin,
Hey,
pipe
man.
down back there. We're going through the seeds now. We're at number 6, Shockwave, and coming in at number
Yeah.
7. Who we got, Jim?
We got lights out.
Lights out.
Okay.
Man, this tournament's stacked.
Yeah, it is.
And the 8 seed, so the final number 2 seed, we have that Florida Availables team, which is a mixture of a whole bunch of guys. But spoiler alert now.
It's members of Meatballs, JKID, and the Foot Snipers from Virginia Beach.
I heard
Alright.
some Lock It Up is playing there as well.
Yeah.
That's a very apt name team.
Another overrated availables team, no doubt. So that's the top 8. What do you guys think?
A lot of tourney winners there. Is this
Yeah.
the most tourney winners in one tournament this year?
Yes. I can't think
it's
of
gotta
more
be.
because no more than 2 teams won tournaments last year. So,
Truth.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. Michaela, you got the overrated availables team in your pool. What do you think of that? Does that concern you?
I think that they are not someone to take lightly, not a team to take lightly, but I am confident in OSC.
Very politically correct.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a very diplomatic response. How about you, Admin? What do you think of that? Are you coming to Boston?
I will not be at Boston.
All right.
Except they.
I've just returned from Arizona. No, that'll be a good pool. It'll be tough. Spoiler alert. Just like any availables team, it's gonna be tough to see if they can mesh well. It'll probably take one game and then they'll be on fire. So it'll be a good pool. Definitely the pool of death based on strength of schedule.
The way it works usually is the 2 top seeds in each pool play last. Isn't that how it works? Or is it random schedule?
It varies.
Yeah.
In this case, these 2 teams will face last at the 1 o'clock slot.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
I noticed
warmed
that
up.
the 2 Boston heavy hitter teams are outside the top 8. What do you guys think about that, Jim?
It's a work in progress. We're
Okay.
doing our best to kind of crack that top 8 in some tournaments, but and especially this one, we got such a loaded cast of teams.
How
Kinda
you guys
hard to
looking?
justify any of us being up there.
How you guys looking this year?
We're looking all right. We've been battling some injuries, and because it was a local tournament, our team kind of branched off a little bit. So we've also got a few players playing on a team called Thunder Buddies, which
Okay.
you will see somewhere in the pools. So we're going to be a little light on numbers because we split a little bit, but we'll be all right.
Now, did you split to kind of get people who don't normally play in the circuit
Yeah.
to an event, or just did people want to play on different teams, or what was the reason for that?
Well, it was kind of a mixture. One would be to get some people that don't get a ton of playing time, a lot more playing time. One would be just because it is kind of a local tournament, get as many kind of teams in here as possible. Kind of spread the word throughout Boston that this sort of stuff is happening. Maybe recruit some new players. So instead of having one team of like 20, have 2 teams, 15 each. So recruit a few more people, get them interested, that sort of stuff.
It's a good strategy. Now, Phil, the Angry Penguins have shown some flashes of brilliance over the past year. What can we expect this weekend from the tuxedoed ones?
Well, as you guys have probably noticed, the Goodwill Bunting and Angry Penguins had teamed up to form the overrated availables team, Boston Massacre. Did I just say that? And that was just due to people's schedules, people's financial things. So the Angry Penguins have only played 1 tournament this year so far. So I think there's some people that are super itching to play. We've been practicing as much as we can and go out and give them hell. And I think that there's players on my team that will probably dominate the after parties.
Most important part.
Yeah.
So that brings us to an important part of the conversation, the after party. What you guys want to tell us a little bit about?
We're going to be, as we mentioned kind of before, everything's going to be local. Everything's going to be walking distance for you teams that are traveling and staying at the Holiday Inn. We're really not talking any more than like a 5-minute walk to anything that we're doing here. The meet and greet is going to be at the Fours Restaurant and Bar. It's over by the TD Bank North Garden, where the Celtics and Bruins play. There's a lot of nice little bars and restaurants right around there. The Fours is a big like sports bar. They got 2 floors. We're gonna have a nice little private section there where everybody can meet, hang out, talk about the pools, things like that.
I have to say, I'm very glad you guys adopted a strategy of releasing the pools on the podcast rather than holding them until the night before. I think that's a terrible idea. I think this is way cooler.
I think the people on the 365 message boards have really spoken, and none of the captains want it to come out in the meet and greet.
Yeah, I
think
say,
it's cool.
let's
watch this.
talk about it ahead of time, watch it on the podcast. Let's get on Twitter and Facebook and hash it out, talk about it on the message board. I think it's a great idea.
Definitely.
All right, so we've heard about the
Talk
meet and
about
greet. We know we know a little bit about the tournament. How about the after party? Phil, what do you know about that?
The after party is going to be at a place called Market Lounge, and I honestly don't know much about the Market Lounge. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, Jim.
Sure.
It's
It's a fairly new bar. I mean, it's not any more than a year or 2 old. It's a nice place. We're going to have a private section for most of the night. There will be TVs in there for, I guess, some people were wondering about the Florida State game. I don't know why that's such a big deal, but people wanted to see that. There will be TVs for football. They're going to have a big beer selection, bunch of wines, mixed drinks, things like that. We'll be charging a $10 cover for the event. Part of that's going to go for some referee booze. One of the things that we tried to do to recruit some referees to come down and help us out. The rest of it is going to go to your own drink tickets. So the drink tickets are for beers. Any beers, so don't feel like you need to get the cheap stuff. You'll get 3 drink tickets. Tip is included, so don't feel like you need a tip on top of this. So yeah, so $10, you'll get 3 drink tickets. Or if you want to stick to, waters, hydrate yourself, or you want to go the wine route or the mixed drinks, that'd be just a $5 cover for folks that don't want the beer tickets.
The all-important question, what's the weather like up there? Do we need to pack? Is it cold? Cold weather stuff?
About that, this morning was a balmy 53 degrees, but turned to in the mid to high 70s by afternoon. So I think you should pack some warmer weather gear just in case.
Thank you.
But it's been beautiful up until literally like last week, and then the temperature's been dropping. September. What the hell?
Yeah, the mornings have definitely started to get kind of chilly, but it does warm up kind of throughout the day. I think I saw the weather cited right around like 70 degrees on game day around the times that we'll be playing. So.
Okay, that's not too bad, but good to know.
All right. Well, so now we got the business out of the way. Let's talk about these pools and maybe make some predictions about how it's going to work out. So Pool A, we know we have OSC and what? Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yep.
Our 2 high seeds. Who are the other 2 teams in that pool?
There'll be 3 other teams in that pool.
Oh, all right.
So we got five teams in each pool. The others, we have Goodwill Bunting, Thunder Buddies, which will be somewhat of a rivalry game since they kind of branched off from us, and then Sit on My Base will be representing Worcester, Mass.
Western Mass. Where's the league out there?
Worcester, Mass. It's
Worcester,
actually central.
Oh, sorry.
Worcester guy. Worcester.
What's that?
Worcester.
Nice. All
Sounds
right.
like the Boston teams are going to have a tough row to hoe in the morning.
It'll be fun to see how things shake out.
Very nice. All right, so the Pool B now, we have the New York Shower Hammers and Lights Out are the 2 high seeds. And who else we got in this pool?
We'll have the Angry Penguins at the 10 seed, and then also in a somewhat of a rivalry game for them, they have Sour Patch Kicks, which a couple of their players have branched off into this as well. And then we have Second United Connecticut Kickers.
Ah.
Second United.
Tuck? Tuuk?
Suck.
Oh, suck. Yeah, obviously. All right,
Okay.
Pool C. Let's see if I can remember this. We have the Situation coming in at the 3 seed. Shockwave.
6.
The 6.
Number
Six. All right,
Shockwave.
6 with Shockwave. So Shockwave, Situation, and who else?
We've got Rockstar Lifestyle at number 11. We've got Less Talk, More Action. And we've got Backyard Kickball.
Very nice. I think Less Talk, More
That's
Action
a
is going to be a
heavy-
sleeper. Those teams coming out of that Westchester area, the BLK teams, are solid. They know how to play kickball.
And then the last pool here, what do we have?
So we've got Fully Loaded and Flying V, we're the 4-5. We've got Elm City Wolfpack at the 12. Kickin' Not Stirred at 13. And Everyday Ent rounding out the field.
Very nice. Elm City Wolfpack's fired up. Those guys love kickball. They know how to play. I think they're due for a breakout tournament. Hopefully this will be the one for them.
Is this their third event this year?
Yeah, I think so. They were in Florida, D.C.
In DC?
Yes, they were in D.C., yep.
I remember from DC.
Well, they were in New York, so maybe this is their fourth.
Oh, yeah, this will be their 4th.
A lot.
Good calendar for them.
I'm gonna say the last pool looks like toughest pool to me, with the Flying V Fully Loaded pool with the Elm City Wolfpack in there.
I disagree. I'd say Pool A's got it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think it's Pool A, but okay.
Pool A has a pretty good team and a team we think is going to be good.
And Goodwill Bunting.
They haven't really proven much yet, but maybe they'll represent the home tournament.
I think a lot of the 3 seeds are kind of in that same situation where we're just kind of waiting to prove something.
That's a good spot to be in. I mean, you get a chance to take some scalps in you got the talent to do it. If you can put everything together and put together a nice game, those are the kind of breakthrough games that can turn your team from just hanging around hoping to get out of pool play to contending for tournaments. I mean, a lot of this stuff is mental, man, and just convincing your team that you can beat the big dogs is half the battle. So if you get out there and, come out hard and surprise a good team early, and it can turn your whole season around.
Well, at this tournament, with the numbers, since you only have 8 advancing, I think it's like the 3 seeds need to be the people in prison shanking the tough guy and getting that to get out of pool play,
Good analogy, Phil.
I do. I like that.
Phil, is that what it was like when you were in prison?
Speaking of, who do you guys think is going to be the possible 3-seed sleeper that might make elimination?
I would
Goodwill.
say, based on the pools, actually, I'd say it would be a 4 seed. The Less Talk, More Action is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, good call on that one. Good pick.
That's a good pick.
That is.
I wouldn't sleep on Elm City because they actually had a really good run in New York. They actually beat Jake Crew, if I'm not mistaken, and either went 2-2. I think they went 2-2 in pool play. I think they're really hungry for it.
They could be a good
That would
team,
have been
man.
my 3-seed.
They got some
pick.
good athletes. They just need to stop making stupid mistakes. I mean, I guess that's true for all of us, but
Yeah.
they could turn a corner at any time. So, but I think the same is true about Angry Penguins and Goodwill Bunting. Yeah, you guys both have the tools to go deep in one of these tournaments. It's going to be a matter of just not giving up that big inning.
Yeah.
And getting those bunts on the ground when it counts.
Some talent. We just tend to make those stupid mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
going to go with the team from New York as well as the sleeper.
The 14 seed?
Yeah.
Phil, who's your final 4?
Final 4.
Yeah.
For Final 4, I think a lot of people aren't giving Shockwave enough props that they deserve. I see top 4 being Fully Loaded, Shockwave, the Shower Hammers, and OSC.
All right. Adrock.
Can I just say ditto? That was my final 4.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Shower Hammers, OSC, Shockwave, Flying V.
All right. Jim?
What Adrock said, that was my pick as well.
Man, you guys should just make up different ones just to be contrary. That's what I would do. Admin, what do you think? Gripping that microphone.
Yeah, I like it closer
I
right
wish
now.
I'd gotten the black one. Dude. That's way cooler. Anyway, who's your final four
It's a
pick?
whole lot cooler. You know, I'm looking at the pools trying to figure out which one of the top seeds is going to lose. And as much as I keep saying situations on fire, I think Shockwave is playing better kickball back home. So I've got Shockwave, OSC, Shower Hammers, and Fully Loaded.
A lot
All
of
right.
fully loaded picks. These guys haven't played in a while.
Yeah, I hesitate on that. But then at the same time, we don't take the top two out of each pool, but I don't think Flying V, who they're playing local league kickball and playing circuit rules, are going to be ready. If they run into Shockwave or even Oakley's team or OSC, I don't think Flying V is going to be ready for them.
There.
Very good.
Just pissed off Brick. Now he's going to do it for you.
Sorry, Brick. Prove me wrong like Whiskey Richard did getting to the Final Four this past weekend.
There you go.
I think I have them in my Final Four.
I called that.
Yeah.
I think Fully
All right,
Loaded.
Oakley.
Fully Loaded wins a nail biter extra inning Elite Eight game over the other Florida team to get into the Final Four. I think OSC does things right in pool play and cruises to the Final Four. I think the Shower Hammers make it to the Final Four, avenging our loss to Shockwave in the Elite Eight.
Good call.
And I gotta put situation. I think they're playing with a lot of confidence. I think they're doing well. I think they're well coached, and I think they are going to get it done and get into the Final Four.
You know, I feel like those guys are probably the most underrated team of the year. I think they got a lot of flack early. Not a lot of people are talking about them, and then they went to the finals and won their past two tournaments.
Well, they're just inconsistent. I mean, they're like two totally different teams. Like they can either come out and be terrible, or they can come out and win the entire tournament. And I mean, it's not like they've had a ton of bad losses. I mean, in Fort Lauderdale, they lost to us in extra innings in one of the best games I've ever played in. And they played awesome. We played awesome, and it was a great game, and they, barely lost. And they had a couple of other times they just ran into tough teams in a limbs, and they didn't get it done. But of late, they've managed to beat up on hometown rival Panic Attack and get it done when it counted. So these guys are veterans, and they play like it. Phil, who's that you got there?
Let's ask the question.
This is Ivy.
Hey, Ivy.
Hey, Ivy, let's ask the question. Which one of the Massachusetts teams is going to advance the furthest? Who's going to make Final Four or Elite Eight, or who's going to make an impact at this tournament?
She's pointing at the penguin.
Good call.
I like it.
It's like the octopus in the World Cup. It picked the right team every time until the finals.
Didn't that thing die? That's sad.
Well, way to be Debbie Downer. I was like, cool story, and way to kill it.
So I'm going to make some predictions about the Boston teams. I think if Goodwill Bunting can get some fucking base runners on ahead of your kickers, you're going to make a deep run. But you guys have got to bunt when it counts. And Phil, I think if the Angry Penguins can just not eat a huge dick one inning on defense, you guys just do that. You get like an 8-run lead, and then it's just like a fucking clown car for an inning, but it's like one inning. The rest of the game, you guys play great. I mean, if you just get rid of that one shitty inning, you guys will be huge. You got great bunters, you got great kickers, good chemistry. I don't know. That's my analysis.
We had the Shower Hammers beat last year at the New York tournament, except for those 10 runs you scored on us.
Yeah, you guys did. You guys had us totally beat for the first half an inning.
Oh, man.
That's where the massacre part of the name comes in.
Right. You guys are up on us, 1-0.
We had bases loaded, no outs, I think.
Yeah.
And then we scored one, and then you just shut us down.
Yeah, and then you guys didn't get an out for
New York Sherry.
8 kickers.
We've learned from you, Sensei.
I know, man. You guys play well. I've watched you play. You guys got it going on.
That's what matters. You learn.
Yeah.
Take it to the next tournament.
So while we got these Boston guys on, I'm curious what happened to the once strong enterprise of Chicks Like It Tickled out of Boston.
So some of those guys, actually 2 of them, play on Goodwill Bunting. One of them's living down in New York now. He's not making the trip. But our 1 or 2 pitcher, usually our 1 since I've been so crippled lately, he is a former Chicks Like It Tickled, actually still plays on Chicks Like It Tickled, Mike Sadler. He pretty much dominates the kickball scene up here.
That dude is brutal, man. That guy blasted a fucking home run against us in the last New York tournament. Just a solo shot right to center field. He can kick with either foot. Huge on offense. Great pitcher. Fields the position really well. Guy's good, man.
He actually almost shut down OSC in our Harrisburg tournament.
Yeah, pretty much single-handedly. When we were Boston Massacre, Sadler pitched, what was it, 1 run through 5 innings against them.
Yep.
Lost 1-0. That was a heartbreaker.
Not for me. Sorry.
Next time.
You remember that game, Michaela? How many times did you get on base?
We won the game. That's all that matters, Dave.
That is definitely true.
I hear the weather might be rain. I mean, who knows? But how do we handle the rain if it's 60 degrees and raining? Might be an interesting situation for a circuit event.
You play on.
Last year,
Play on unless there's lightning.
I'm telling you.
Last year
Yeah,
it was
as long-
like rainy and it was like ankle deep goose shit and super thick grass.
Yeah.
It was like mud and slow, but it was fun, man. We had a great time.
He's not
But-
joking either. There's a lot of goose shit on that
Yeah,
field.
dude, it was.
Are
it
we
was
talking
nasty.
about Connecticut or Boston here?
Boston?
Boston.
It
There
was
was
not a circuit tournament, and it was very shitty. Literally.
there was a solid inch layer of shit on the ball halfway through the day.
Also, props to you guys for experimenting with double elimination. Not a good format for kickball tournaments.
Yeah, especially with 6 teams, it just doesn't work. well
Definitely
at all.
worth a try, though. It's good to discover that by experience.
Hey, McCoy, you heard? Double elimination sucks for kickball.
Yeah, McCoy, it's not right for kickball.
Yeah, Oakley, and you guys were in the finals, and I want to say you guys had more buys than you did actual games played somehow.
Yeah, dude. By the second finals, half our team had their shoes off.
Yeah.
No, wait, the third final. Sorry.
Yeah, it was 8:30 at night, and we were
That was
supposed
fun,
to be
though,
done
man.
at 3.
That was fun. We had a great time. That was a good tournament. One thing I love
But-
about Boston is everybody is so stoked for kickball. It's such a good scene. It's such a good social scene. Everyone's so excited about it. I mean, it's just I love traveling to Boston for kickball. I'm really looking forward to this weekend.
Is Care Scout making the tournament?
No, Matt Kelly decided to play with spoiler alert, so Care Scout kind of crumbled.
That's too bad.
That's what I heard. Matt Kelly can confirm or deny that.
That's really disappointing, Matt Kelly, that you would let your people down like that. Selling out in hopes of a payday. No good. All right, so listen, guys, really psyched to see you this weekend. Anything you guys want to say to the people back home before we wrap up?
Let's do this. Let's actually represent in a home tournament. Be that team that knocks some of these big dogs off. Let's do it.
Yeah, buddy. Go Boston.
Bring long pants. Long sleeves, long pants.
Yeah. Prepare for the weather.
Yes.
Awesome.
And extra socks.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. I'll see you both this weekend. Michaela, I'll see you this weekend.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
good
have
luck
fun,
with the
guys.
last minute preparations.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for having us on.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, man. Enjoy
See
it.
ya.